Hey everybody, this is Melina from scrapbookinwithme.com and me, Crafty Scrapper, here on YouTube and Instagram. Today I am working with the April E-Club kit, and these Tim Holtz tags that came in it inspired me to do what I'm about to do. So if you have a book ring, you will be able to make what I am about to make. If you don't have a book ring, these are very easy to find. Most Walmart, Target, things like that have book rings. And then we also carry them too in the shop, scrapbookinwithme.com. These are like 1.5. I love this size book ring. You can make all kinds of little tag books or just rings in general of whatever you would like to put on that ring. These are wonderful. I love these. And rings are making a comeback. I know that years ago I made a lot of mini journals with rings as my binders for them, and I loved those. But this is a great size ring for this size tag that comes in your kit. Now, if you don't have the E-Club kit, you don't have to have it to make this project. I will give you the dimensions of these Tim Holtz tags, and it looks like they are 6 1/4, so 6 1/4 by what is that, 3 1/8? Yeah, 3 1/8, 3 1/8 inch by 6 1/4 inch. So I've got, how many of these? 4? Yes. And I'm going to cut some more things to go on this ring. Not all of them will be tag shape because I want a few little things, like when I have these all lined up, I want a few little things jutting out. So I want to cut maybe a circle shape out of this vellum, and then maybe a couple of different shapes out of this, and I might have to have my die cutting machine. I also have the watercolor paper that we have in the shop. Man, that's a vibrant yellow, isn't it? And I thought I would cut a couple of these in tag shapes to go along with that, but watercolor on them to go along with our colors. I just thought that this would be a really good idea to use, to give to somebody for Easter, if you give gifts at Easter. I thought that would be very cute. This would be very cute to put in a Easter basket instead of just a regular card. If you're going to give or send somebody a card for Easter, this could be something else along those lines. So I'm going to cut a few shapes. I'm thinking I want this one circular, and if so, I'm definitely going to need my Big Shot die cut machine. So I'm going to cut a circle shape that will go in here and still not be too high above that. And then cut me some more shapes and my tags from this, and then maybe a couple of tags from this. I want to get about 10 to 12 pieces to go in my ring. And then we will use our, crocodile. Or if you have the big crocodile that, table size that I got gifted to me. But since we are right at the top of these items, I won't have a problem getting a hole punched into the tops. So I won't need my big one. Then we have some felt or foam stickers, and we have some washi, and we have some beautiful die cuts. So, and some ribbon. So we're going to go through and decorate all of these pages too, and leave room for some writing, some journaling, whatever. This could be an inspirational project too. You could do lots of journaling on the backs, or it could be like you could do enough pages for every day of the month, and you could do some kind of little monthly journaling and have this hanging after you get it all together. Have it hanging up somewhere. It's like an affirmation kind of thing. Beautiful thought, beautiful thought. Okay, I'm going to get some more shapes cut. So here are my tags, and then I have 2 sheets of watercolor paper cut that I need to make my tag corners for. And then I cut out 2 pieces from the Simple Stories Vintage Indigo Garden collection. I cut out 2 circles from that paper pad too. Here's the page that I cut those circles out of with my Big Shot. This is one of the cut apart little journal card pages from the paper pad. And then here are my vellum circles. I cut 4 of those out with my Big Shot. So now I need to find my tag corner punch. Okay, and I'm going to cut my corners on the large angle side. And let's see if that gets it pretty much the same. It does not. The Tim Holtz tag is a little deeper, so I think I'm just going to use these tags as my template instead of using this corner punch that I've got. And I will just line the Tim Holtz tags up and trim those corners. Now I have to be very precise on this because this is cream colored cardstock up against white cardstock. Unless I get right up on it, I can't see that. Okay, that works. So I will go ahead and cut these the same. Let's just line it up like that and cut these corners. Then I'm going to put one of those tags on top of all of these that need a hole punched. And I'm just going to line it up and try to get it as center as possible and get my hole punch for all of the remaining ones behind that. And that worked well. Good, good, good. Got a little bit of fraying on that one, but that's good because it'll be even more vintage looking. Now, if we want to do some reinforced little circles, we can. So I could, for this one, get this blue cardstock that came in the kit. And, oh yeah, I like that. Cover that circle. I should have done this before I punched all the holes, shouldn't I have? Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back through and I'm going to put these little circles. If you've got the reinforced hole punch, you could do that easily and make your little circle around the hole. If you wanted to do that, you can. But I'm going to go through and put me some little circles to reinforce these holes because this is going to be flipped back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So we need some reinforcement on there. That little pink color is pretty too, so let's punch out some of those. So I'm going to do front and back. I'm going to leave these as is, and then I need to do front and back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm going to do the same with these. I'm going to punch holes at the top. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So I need 28 little circles. So here we go. All right, I have all of them with their holes punched and ready to go into the ring when we get ready. I am going to, this is my 2 watercolor pieces that I cut from the pad, and I've got my prize ribbon oxide spray, my picked raspberry oxide spray, and then these regular, no, this is oxide. This one is not. This is weathered wood, and it is not oxide. I'm going to start with that one. And then this is Rustic Wilderness oxide. What I'm going to do is on my little non-stick mat, my messy mat, I'm going to just press that weathered wood into that. I'm going to move these and move that off to the side. I'm going to barely spritz it with water. There we go. I had to get my spritzer going, huh? I'm going to lean over and get my rag. I'm going to dip some of the tag. See, that's already beautiful to me. I love that. Already love it. Okay, and kind of get it to travel a little bit. And then get a little bit more on an edge over here. Love it. Okay, and then I'm going to sop up the rest on this other one. Love it. And then some of the stuff that I had on my messy mat is coming into play there too. So it's not just the weathered wood. Okay. Oh, I like that too. I like both. Okay, I'm going to press this because we're going to have to do the back too. Or we don't have to, but I want to. So the back is going to get a little bit of color too, but I also want it to be where you can journal on the back easily too. So maybe not as heavy on the back. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe away excess and then do the Rustic Wilderness. I love getting out my messy mat and doing this, y'all. It's so therapeutic for me. Rustic Wilderness, and now this is the oxide, so you're going to get a different finish. Just kind of smear it and then activate it a little bit with some water. I'm going to start with this tag. I'm going to move my ribbon. I'm going to get right in the middle with this one. Oh, I like that. Okay, and I'm going to let it travel a little bit. Oh yeah, that is nice and dramatic right in the middle. I love that. And then do a little spot or two on the back. And then push that over and ready for drying. Okay, there's a dramatic splot right there in the middle of that one. Let's get it to travel a little bit. Oh, I like that. Okay, I think I'll put a little bit up here to kind of mess that around. Yep, that's better. Pretty. Now, if you're not into getting messy, you might want to fast forward through this part. Oh yeah, I like that too. Okay. Alright, and I'm going to wipe that up. I'm going to get my rag wet. I'm going to wipe up my excess. And then I'm going to do some splattering with my two sprays over here. I'm going to get all this cleaned up. Okay, so that was Weathered Wood and Rustic Wilderness. And now I've got my oxide spray of Prize Ribbon and Picked Raspberry. Now, if you're going to do like I'm doing, some of this is going to get covered up because I'm going to do a little bit of collaging over the top of these. So all of it won't be seen, so it won't be as dramatic as you're seeing here. Because I'm going to put on a few, maybe some torn paper and things like that to make a little collage and decorate the tags up even more. So you will be covering up some of it. And they're almost too pretty to cover up because this is some pretty stuff. I love this. Alright, I'm not going to splatter the backs yet. I'm going to put a little bit more pink over here. I'm not going to splatter the backs yet because that would mean I might mess up the fronts and they might run too much. So I will, though, move them around on that paint that got onto the mat. And if I move it around some, maybe it'll get some of those colors on there. Okay, I'm going to move this to the side and let these start drying. Anytime you're making a project and you want to watercolor anything, or get out paints and stuff, you want to do this first so that it can have time to dry when you want to put everything together. And I believe I'm going to use the Weathered Wood to do my inking around everything. So let's go ahead and get a little foam pad out for that. Alright, so Weathered Wood. Get it nice and wet. And then I'm going to ink the edges of everything. Oh yeah, that's a pretty color with this paper. I like that color. So I want to go around all of my edges, not my vellum. I'm going to go around all the other edges, front and back, with the Weathered Wood. And then when my watercolor tags get dry, I'll do the same thing to those. I want to cut the bottom corners of my tags and little pages here. So let's see, let's do this corner. Oh yeah, I like that better. I'll go through and do that on all of my square shapes, rectangle shapes. And then I have to ink what I've just trimmed off on each piece. Right, so these have just a little bit more drying to do, so I'm going to help them out with my heat embossing gun, or heat gun, and just try to dry up these little spots, these heavy spots here, and then we will assemble and start decorating. So I went ahead and put everything on the ring. We are not done with this by any means, but I just wanted to go ahead and show you what it would look like once you get everything on here. So we've got our one of our small little vellum circles that we will decorate. And then it's gotten some of that ink that wasn't dry here. It's got a little bit of that on there, and I'm good with that. And then we've got, I'm going to turn it a little sideways so you can get it all in one picture. We've got another little circle there that we will decorate. One of our Tim Holtz tags. Oh yeah, we've got a still wet spot there, so it come off on that. I'm good with that. You know me, I like messy stuff. There's one of our little beauty cut-aparts from the paper pad. And the fun thing about rings is that you can rearrange these anytime you want to. They don't have to stay in a particular order. I love these. Born to Fly. Love that. So what we're making is essentially a little mini album of sorts. Because you could put pictures on these pages. You could do whatever your little heart desires on these. Alright, so I want my watercolor pieces to be the front and the back. So that's my covers. And then I've got everything else in between. You can take off the ring if you want to decorate, or leave it on the ring. I like doing both ways because when you are decorating with it on the ring, you can kind of figure out where it would stick out. Whatever your decoration is, you could figure out which way it would stick out and make sure it's not in the way of the ring. And when you're flipping them back and forth, all of that. So I'm going to take all of my die cuts out of here because I got a feeling I'm going to use most of them in this. And then what I don't use, I'll put in my ephemera holder. And then I've got those enamel dots that I'll probably use on the front somewhere. I've got washi tape. That matches so well. Then I've got these tiny little floral stickers that will go great with that also. Then I have those dimensional stickers that I could use on the front somewhere. That one's gorgeous. Then of course we have our paper pad, and I'm wanting to rip a few paper pads pages onto the, ooh, I like that one. That one's pretty. Do some torn look on this somewhere. Let's see what we might want to put on that piece of vellum. I want to thank all y'all for your prayers during this whole craziness that is a flooded house for Mom and Dad. That has been heartbreaking to see. Most of the stuff that happened, I love that on there, don't you? That's so pretty. I'm going to keep that to the side. Most of the stuff, all the flooring, of course, in the main level is having to be taken up. So they're pretty much living upstairs and in the shop where we work. And it's just pitiful. Most of the flooring that's coming up is what my daddy put down when he did flooring. He did flooring for Mama, and a lot of that's coming up, and it's just sad. That was the heartbreaking part for me, was seeing all that. I just love that. That is pretty. Anyway, a lot of the flooring that's having to come up was stuff that my daddy put down, and that's just heartbreaking to me. But it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a fire instead of just water damage. And we could be looking at them not even having a house. So I thank the Lord for our blessings, because it could have been a lot worse. But thank you so much for all your prayers and support through all of that, and understanding that, oh, I think I like that one a little bit better. Understanding that Mama is not got videos as a priority in her mind right now. I don't know what in the world I would be doing, and if I could even get videos done while my house is being torn apart, literally been torn apart. I like that butterfly a little bit better. Yep. So thank y'all for your patience with us. So pretty. All these die cuts are gorgeous. How to choose, how to choose. Yep, have like a torn edge on the bottom here. I like that. But is that going to be too much? Maybe I just need that with a little phrase or something. Ooh, that bloom and grow, that's pretty. But still do a torn edge of some kind down here. And have that on there. Yep, I like that. Okay, so let's get some torn paper going on the bottom here. And I think I want to do some of this navy blue. Let's tear off these circles that we did earlier. I'm going to do a little strip of navy blue at the bottom here, and then do a little bit of, oh yeah, that'll go pretty. Okay, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to go ahead and put me a glue line down here. See, I told you some of that would get covered up so it wouldn't be as wild and crazy once you get your decoration put on. Okay, I'm gonna line that up there and get my rag. I know I'm off the camera toward the bottom, sorry. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, and then get a torn piece of this. I could get the bird out of this, couldn't I? And that would take care of my wanting the bird on there. Let's see. Let's see here. Do maybe down to there. I'm not going to be able to get all of the bird, but he can peekaboo on there, can't he? Yep, I like that. Let's go down a little bit more here. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna a little bit of glue along the back of that paper, and then line that up where I want it. Make sure it's going to be on the cover. Clean up my mess. And then get my sticky scissors. I'm going to take my little butterfly that I want on there off. And I'm going to get my sticky scissors and trim around. I like that, and I think I'm going to leave that rough edge down there. And then I'm going to smoosh that back behind there. Yep, I'm not going to ink that or anything. I'm just going to put it on as is. Put me a little bit of glue on the back of it. And lay it down. I love that. Too pretty. Okay, and then this little vellum piece here. If we put that off to the side on that, I think I want a piece of lace or something to put on that vellum piece just to give it a little bit more zing. Do I want to put it? All of that is one-sided lace. Let's look at something else here. That's a whole piece. Let's just put maybe a piece like this back behind the butterfly. I like that. Okay, not too long. And then let's put that together and cut me some slanted ends. Like that. I think I might do it. Here we go. And then put it down with some Fabrifix on the vellum, and then on the back side of the vellum we can cover this up because it'll pucker up the vellum just a little bit. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to put some Fabrifix here. Just a little dot'll do ya. And then go ahead and put on my butterfly with some Fabrifix too, off the edge a little bit here, and just make sure that everything is on that vellum well, and smush and smush and smush just to make sure. Okay, yep, that's cute. I really like that. We've made a little garden there on the front. It's not too bad showing through. I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll do something to the back of that vellum too. Let's put our bloom and grow piece just right above all of that. And I've got glue all over my fingers. Okay, I'm going to have to lift it up to make sure that I have it straight. And it looks pretty good to me. I'm just going to go with that. And then I think my cover needs something else. Yep, I like that. Maybe some enamel dots. We've got so many dots around here all over the place already, but ooh, maybe one of these dark blue ones to the side of this butterfly. Just a little bitty one. Maybe. I like that. And maybe a little green one over here. There's one too. Let's get a third one. Let's get a nice bright pink one down here. I like that. Not too blingy, but just enough. So there is our cover with our little vellum piece up here. I need to put a little bit more glue on this one edge. This ribbon that come in the kit, I don't think I'm going to cut it at all. I'm going to attach it and tie a bow. Ribbon is not this type of ribbon, the satiny kind of sheen ribbon is not the easiest to tie bows with, but that one was pretty good. That one was pretty easy. Alright, there is our ribbon added on there. I love that. I love how long the tail is. That's like the most pretty little girly ribbon tied on there ever. I love that. I'm not sure that I even want to put anything on the back of that vellum because it did not pucker up or anything, so we're good there. And if I put anything on the back, it's got to be just right here. So something that's not going to take away from the fact that we have that one on there. So yeah, I might just put that yellow one, that yellow butterfly. I like putting my, anything that I attach to vellum, I like using the Fabrifix. It just seems to attach better for me. I'm not sure why that is. Just works better for me. So if I lay that way, yep, we're good. That looks good. Alright, so I'm going to go through and do some more decorating. I don't want to bore y'all to death, but I will go through and do a little bit more decorating. Not much on the backs, just because I want there to be enough room for journaling, but like here I might just add one of these little hearts or something from the sticker sheet and something little on the backs, but then I'll decorate a lot on the fronts of these plain tags. But then I will come back and show you the final flip through. I hope that you have enjoyed this project. So here it is, final, I think final. I don't have any more splatters or anything that I want to put on it, so I think it is ready, and I will probably have this available on the website for sale on probably Monday. I will list that on the website scrapbookingwithme.com. I'm not that huge of a pink fan, but I think that this is a very, very cute shade of pink that they used in this collection, and I'm really loving this mini album. So I'm going to flip through it real quickly for you, and if you have any questions about anything as far as how I did something, let me know, and I will try my best to answer any questions that you may have. It was very simple. Once you have a kit, these things are so easy to put together. So very, very easy. Easy assembly. I put that piece of cardstock down just so that y'all could see it in all its glory. I think I like it showing it on that a whole lot better than the blue. Yep, I sure do. Let's see if I can pull you in just a little bit, maybe. Yep, that's better. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to flip through for you. Thought I got all the glue off my fingers, obviously not. Okay, we've got our vellum circle decorated on both sides. And then our watercolor piece. I just love that I could make a whole mini album just with watercolor pages. Those are so pretty. It's right up my alley. It's my jam. I love splatters. Love, love, love that. Okay, and then there is that page. And some people, when they make a flip book, a ring book, they will decorate so you can see it this way. But I made this one where you can just flip it over and you can rearrange these any way you would like. They don't have to stay in this particular order if we don't want them to. So I just decorated them so that you could rearrange them if your heart desires. And on these little ones that I had cut out, I just barely did a little decorating. There's some more glue on my finger. Little die cut on that side. Little collaging on that with some washi tape back behind it. And then this side, another one of those cutouts. And then as you can see, that cutout is off to the side, so you can see the cutout behind that too. I love that. Another one of those cutouts with a heart at the top, and then on the back we just put a little sticker, floral sticker. And then next page, I've got that ribbon bow sticking in between the ring there. Next page, that paper was so pretty that I just put a butterfly and a little heart there, and then that card that's on the back side of it is showing on that one side. Thought that was cute. And then our bigger vellum circle with a die cut attached to the bottom of it. And then the circle and butterfly on the back of that. I'm fine with this white here from that die cut. You could even journal on that if you wanted to. I'm good with that. Another one of the journaling cards are cut apart, and I just put a foam sticker on it. And then on the back, it's got a little bit of the splattering from that the watercolor pages, and then I just put a die cut there. More collaging on this Tim Holtz tag with some lace on the edge, and then that card that's on the back side is showing on this side. So there's the back of that one. Little butterfly and an enamel dot. This little card's probably my favorite. So we've got our vellum piece here on top of it. So you've got nice layering here. You've got that vellum piece, Got a foam heart there on top. On the back, you've got some cheesecloth and a butterfly die cut. And there's more glue on my fingers. Sorry, y'all. And then on this little card, cut apart, Born to Fly. That was my favorite out of all of them. And then I just put a piece of lace there on that one. And on the back, just finished it with a sticker, plenty of room to journal on or add a small picture on there. This one kind of stumped me. I'm still thinking that it needs a couple of splatters, so I might do that after I get finished here, and I'll let it dry. But I'm thinking I need a couple of splatters here and here to finish off that page. But just some torn paper and some die cuts and washing an enamel dot. And then the back side, same thing. I might do a few little splatters up here. And I put the card off to the edge so you can see it up here too. And then just added some washi at the bottom and some enamel dots. That cut apart with just a heart, foam heart there. And on the back side, it is just a butterfly added to that journal card, so plenty of writing space. I grunged this one up pretty good and just added some torn papers and a die cut, and I left the torn paper that's over the edge. I just left it. I didn't cut it. I really like that page. And then the back of that one, a die cut, some more torn paper, and Simply Divine. And see how that lace is showing there, and then some of that torn paper is showing there. I really like that. And then that's one of our bigger vellum circles with a die cut attached to the bottom of it, and then more die cuts on the back of it. And that page, so pretty. I just added one die cut. And then look at the back, how pretty. I love that. It's like midnight sky. But you could write in white gel pen on the back of this one. Die cut a little punch circle. And then our other little punch circle with a foam heart sticker. And I didn't add anything but a little piece of washi on the back of that one. And then this is our last page, watercolor page, and I put some lace trim there on the edge, and then 3 butterfly die cuts. And I did not add anything to the back cover. You know me in decorating journals and mini albums. I'm not big on decorating the back page, just because it's going to get laid like this all the time. And if you put anything with dimension or you don't get it glued down really well on the back, it's going to tear up. And with that watercolor page being so pretty and splattery and grungy, I just decided, nah, I'm not going to add anything else. I am going to put a little bit. I went through and on top of the weathered wood that I put around all of the pages, I went around and put just a little bit of vintage photo just to weather it up just a little bit more. But I really love how this ring tag mini album on a ring, whatever we want to call it. I'm really happy how it came together and how it turned out, and I enjoyed decorating this one. You know me, I'm not really fond of decorating, but I really do like how this one come together, and I like how I decorated it. So I'm really happy with this one. I'll have you some still shots at the end. Y'all have a great day. Bye, y'all. God bless.